It's the Sunday where I'm a bit scared of what Chetan and Charlotte's going to do after having their mics muted for about 10 minutes, then laughing when the intro starts. Thankfully, you don't have administrative rights on this this show, so I have to accept anything you're going to put up on screen, at least. Hopefully, I think. It's the traditional our favorites this year show. The year's coming to an end, and we had Charlotte and Marion come on to help us talk a little bit about our favorites this year and what we've experienced in ham radio. It's kind of, let's wrap up 2025 like Spotify did and told me that I was 63 years old. So let's start with the ham radio week. Chetan and Charlotte, you have to do yours together. Go ahead.
Well, I haven't done really that much ham radio. I did one this Monday, which I have a photo for it later, but basically it's an emergency search and rescue drill, which we're part of since a part of the emergency communication thing. So we were doing avalanche searching, really cool, with like a helicopter present, lots of Red Cross people and police, and yeah, that was fun. Really heavy weather, and I think I did a POTA as well, but it's been really quiet on that front. Yeah,
I've mostly been studying for my exam actually, so mostly freaking out. I think I've reached the freak out stage where I emailed the RSGB and I was like, oh my god, do you have any more mock papers? Because in the UK the syllabus changed really recently, so, and word on the street was that not all of the mock papers on the website were up to date. They are, it's fine, but they were really nice and really kind and emailed back and said it's okay, here's, and actually sent me a link to an alternative version of the textbook for the UK full license, and they were like, don't freak out, it's fine. And I was thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna fail, it's gonna be horrendous. But so far, I'm on track to pass. So,
yep.
Unless I get any absolute stinkers of questions in the technical topics, I think it will be okay. But every time I do this, I get different parts of the syllabus wrong and then other bits right. And I hope it just comes together on the day. So I have 12
if
days.
You're on average over the pass grade, it's fine.
Yeah.
You're tested for 12 days. Is that correct?
12 days. I think it's the 19th.
You're telling us even. That's
I think you
very
guys
brave.
know. You've got to keep me studying. It's the final stretch.
You will have
I have to say, though, Charlotte, that December 19th is a great day to have your test. I passed my test on December 19th.
No way, really?
I stopped my vacation.
Hey,
Hey, there we go.
that's really good.
Positive signs so far then, but I am getting kind of nervous about it. I think it'll be good. I'll be so relieved when 2 hours every Wednesday is not taken up with radio, plus all the studying and then doing the quizzes and the exercise. I mean, it's really fun, but also I actually want to play radio. So I haven't really been operating that much because I've been doing this and quietly dying as I'm like, oh God, what the hell is reacting? Oh yeah, it's this, right? Okay. So
yep.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And with all fresh in your mind, Charlotte, you can probably teach us a thing or two after you pass your test.
Oh God, maybe if I pass.
Yeah, you can have like a video where you can talk about like capacitors and so on stream.
I will kill you if you ask me this question. What did you ask me? Like, you need a capacitor,
Yeah.
blah 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 in series. What value would you choose? And I was like, no idea. I'll Google it.
Yeah, and well, also I did some CAD design this week. Maybe you can show them, Charlotte.
You did? Design me a ring.
Is that a ring?
Yes.
He asked me to make it.
Oh,
Yay!
Yes.
congratulations!
Congratulations!
Thank you. Who
Nice.
sounds like a robot?
Yeah, you have something with your audio going on.
Congratulations.
That's awesome, you guys. That is so awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Just
congratulations.
quick question: did you get away with the 3D printed ring?
It's a placeholder because I didn't know her size. So I did take a picture of us, which we took at the National Radio Center, and scaled it after like the size of the badges, and then tried to measure her ring size from like the relative size there.
Asking
But
would have
it-
been simpler, but I. Well done.
Right. Excellent work. Excellent work.
Yes. So I did have 4 sizes for her,
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
and none of them
Yeah.
fit. So we had to print 4 more.
But also, I love the fact that we were on this sort of rocky beach, right? And we were sort of walking along. I'm genuinely trying not to just fall over a bunch of rocks. And then you then sort of we stopped and you asked me, and I was just like, huh, yeah, okay, yes.
Yeah.
And then we had to pick our way back over said rocks without breaking a leg.
Yes.
80 meter ring.
Good point. Yeah.
We probably are that old.
You get some tips on rings here and stuff, Kjetil. But I guess that's the ham radio moment of the week, right?
Of the year, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of a lifetime. I mean, that might
Well,
not
yeah.
be. We'll see what happens. But
There was that guy when I got the QSO from Australia, but I think this is
Oh yeah, those QO100.
It would be a
QO100,
terrible breakup
or
when
else
Charlotte
we, like,
steals the pile up or something like that. We don't want to think about that.
yeah.
But let's,
I can help you with that. I can help you with 2 operators in the same household.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah,
Morten,
I
I guess
definitely
you
need
will
some
get-
tips from Marion, or things might get a bit rocky.
Yeah,
And
Morten-
Paul says you got to make sure that the ring is resonant.
yes,
Love it.
we'll tune it to something. I do think you should get like some sort of priest for the meetup in Germany or something.
Oh my god.
This will be next or in 27 perhaps. So, yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
And thank you very much to your P Life for a gift.
Yeah. He says that the arrangements are underway for him and Ham Radio Do to attend the summer meetup.
Wow.
That'd be cool.
That
Awesome.
would be really cool. I have checked some flight prices for Sean. So we'll just hope that the flight prices go down a little bit. But I see that they're underway. So please don't give us super chats. Spend that on your flights instead.
Yeah. Very good. I
But,
think there's an optimal time as well in advance to book a ticket, and I don't think that's 6 months, 7 months. 8
That
months.
is actually, there's so many factors that depends on. So it's hard unless you're the revenue manager at the airline. It's hard to figure that out.
Yeah, but basically it's very seldom a good idea to book 9 months in advance, and it's very seldom a good idea to book 9 minutes in advance. That's almost never the cheapest option. So.
yeah.
But anything else this week, or was that kind of you're done with your highlight now?
I think that was a highlight.
That's got to be it.
Yeah.
You guys, I just want a few weeks of just utterly boring life, but nothing happens. I can read a book, and it's just nothing happens. It's like, calm and peaceful. Get some radio time in. That'd be great.
Yep.
Panic and study and panic.
Yes, we will do this. So,
Yeah, hopefully.
Marion, how's your ham radio week been? Have anything that can top the other people's ham radio week?
No, nobody can top that. Nobody can top that. I am so amazingly happy for them. Charlotte and I do a lot of chit chat, and I can't. I just couldn't be happier for those two. So yeah, back to like real life. I'm actually going to do a Morton here. In that there was a special moment at my club meeting this Wednesday. We get together for coffee. And it was a bad weather day, and there weren't that many people there, and a lot of people left early. And there were just 4 of us left, and 3 guys and me. And it just kind of struck me how I was the newest one, I was the only woman, but it was just 4 people talking about ham radio, and it was just heartwarming. It was like, this is just really nice. But that's not my ham moment of the week. I was reading the ARRL QST magazine and found my picture in there about a contest that I had written a little bit about. And so that was a super nice surprise, but that's not my ham moment of the week. My ham moment of the week is this little pixie build. And so Stan and I spent yesterday afternoon You can't see it, but there is a bajillion solders back there. And I bought 2 kits. They were like $15 on Amazon. And so we sat down, and he had one, I had one. We put them together. And oh my God, first off, mad respect for my husband's understanding of resistors and capacitors. Charlotte, this is why we need a station engineer. Just mad respect for it, because the instructions weren't all that filled in. He even had to Google some stuff to find stuff. So putting it all together, he would do it. He would explain it. He would solder his, and then I would do it. Of course, mine doesn't work just yet, but it was a real learning experience, and I've never done anything like that. From trying to figure out where things go on the board, trying to figure out the color schemes on the inductors and all that bit. The tiny little numbers on those resistors, like which one is it? I'm like, oh my goodness. So anyway, it was super fun. I really enjoyed it. I will get it to work at some point. But it was still a win. So that was my ham radio moment of the week.
Awesome. And I got to tell you, when I built my Pixie, it didn't work either. So
thank you.
don't feel bad for it.
And big surprise, you built it with Tobias, and his worked. So
yeah, it tells a little bit of who of us are the most competent in building electronics.
Well, it's just something about who's the most German, I think.
Okay.
Maybe I'll send
Guilty as
Tobias
charged, I guess.
I'll send Tobias some close-up pictures. I maybe have something backwards, or I was so careful to not do a soldering bridge, where it connects on the back, that I might not have something in quite enough. So we'll see. But it was great fun. We spent like 8 hours with it, and it was special. It was my first time to do anything like this. Inspired by your Christmas show, by the way.
Cool. That's awesome. And any contests this week?
Not for me. The FT challenge was going on, but I opted for the build instead of that. Stan worked the CW Worldwide, the big CQ Worldwide CW contest, and I was keeping up with social media with that, so I feel like I was in it. But no big contest at the moment, but a lot on the horizon.
Cool. And next week's the 10-meter contest, isn't it?
Yes,
Yep.
yes, it is. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Jürgen, you do have some issues with your audio. It kind of sounds like...
Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, we could make some Terminator jokes here, but let's do Bob's Ham Radio Week first, and then we'll be back to you again when he gets back.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty quick week. Very little ham radio going on. I was going to make a new graph of the voltage on my battery-operated iGate. No, Digipeater. But I didn't. So, but that's it's still going strong. It's losing about a little bit more than 100, no, a little bit more than 10 millivolts per day. So it's on good course to last the full 2 months, and probably even longer. And I have an idea now, because so I'm reaching out to my unfinished project table. These batteries that Jürgen see, where's the camera there? Suggested, they are 20 amp hours. So I think if I put 4 of these into a long tube and the antenna on top and just a tracker in there, I could make a Digipeater that would last a year on battery power. That'd be very cool. Other than that, I'm trying to create a video every week. It's not even it's not always as easy. I'm not ultimately motivated always. So I just edited a video from this summer that I didn't release, where I compared a dummy load to a stubby antenna. And it turns out the antenna actually works better than a dummy load. So probably just marginally better than a dummy load. So that was it's a fun thing to see. The fact that I can actually pick up a radio transmission through a dummy load from almost 1 kilometer distance from just the 5 watts in an HD. That's pretty cool.
That is kind of like, it makes you think how much you actually, or what you actually send into a dummy load. Because, of course, this was VHF and FM, but still, it was a really cool video.
Yeah, I had fun with that thing. So yeah, it's nice to have something in the backlog that you can do when you're not motivated to create something else.
Yeah,
And,
I usually use a dummy load on this, which is my All-Star node, which is not operational at the moment, as you can see. And that radiates pretty well, but it radiates bad enough to not mess up with opening car keys and such, which it does if I have an antenna on it and stay consistent with the band plan.
I can send you a not dummy load, but stubby antenna. That's probably going to be comparable. So.
But I prefer having as little radiated from that as possible, because I blocked every car key in the neighborhood for a couple of days when I first put it up.
You wouldn't do that with the stubby antennas I've got from China. I can promise you. Let's see. There was one more thing. I forgot what that was. So we'll hand it back to Jürgen. I think your audio is much better now, Jürgen. I think the whatever that is helped.
Yeah. This one died. Is it any better now?
Much better.
You're a lot better.
Okay, I'm using my AirPods now. They died, or when I turned it on, they said battery medium, but I think batteries are dead, and that's the reason for the bad sound. I'm very sorry. Ham radio moment of the week. There was not much. I was very busy at work. Just hunted a few POTA stations yesterday afternoon and today. And on Wednesday, I was at my buddy's place, Microwave for MXB, and we did a 3 to 4 hours, I'm not really sure, session with Pactor and Ardop and with Vara. And I recorded the video, which was finished on Friday, and that was a lot of work, I can say. And video is out now, and that was more or less my ham radio moment of the week. Tobias, how about you?
My fantastic ham radio moment when I can tame and find the right button in StreamYard, which is there. Yeah, I was playing with the AIOC cable, and thanks to Compass in our Discord channel, I got some info how to tweak it and make it work on the G90. I think I still need to have a second go at the resistor divider at the output. Basically, the idea is you have to match the input and output level of the G90 to the AIOC, right? And you don't want to overdrive it, and you don't want to underdrive it. And for me, that's basically 2 SMD resistors that I have to tweak to get it into the right range. I think I'm already in the green. I already made several QSOs, but I'm not yet at the range that everybody recommends, because everybody says the ALC should be in the 80-90% range on the G90, which is unusual, because usually all handsets should be about 50 for the ALC, but the G90 is a bit different. So
yeah, Zygo's have always been like inverted when it comes to ALC for some reason. So really strange.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, it's basically just 2 SMD resistors, and I have to find the right values. And since it's already working and I already can make QSOs, it's just get the final 5% to make it German versi perfectionism approved. You know? Okay, and apart from that, I had a meetup with some friends on Friday, ex-work colleagues on the Christmas market. And as you know me, I'm a complete introvert, and just throwing myself into that throng of people is a bit exhausting, but I did it. And the day before, we also had some event at work. So I had basically 2 battery draining social events in one work. But hey, I survived, and the AIOC cable is also working. So that's my ham radio week for this week.
The the AIOC thingy, are you going to build that into the G90 at some point?
I'm not sure. I at the moment I have the DIN connector and then 10 centimeter cable, and then comes the IOC and then the USB cable. So I probably just print a small housing for the IOC.
You could have the first ever G90 with a USB-C port for data modes. That would be kind of cool.
Yes, I think there's enough space in there. Yeah, you could do that. But you have to drill another hole for the USB-C connector somehow.
Absolutely, yeah. But cool project. And also, you're doing Vox with that thing now. But I think you can also pick up some. Serial,
but the experts from AliExpress, they completely glued that connector. So I opened it up, and the complete inside of the connector on the backside was full of glue. Yeah, so I couldn't get to the PTT pin. If I could get to the PTT pin, I could also use the IOC to trigger PTT. Then I wouldn't need Vox. And then the extra data cable for CAD control is optional.
But isn't there a PTT on the DIN connector?
Yes, but as I said, it was full of glue, so I would need to get one without glue.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
So they really made sure that there's some, I don't know, tension relief. Yeah, if you pull that, nothing happens. It's all glue.
But there's also a PTT pin in the microphone connector, so you could just put a module connector on.
But then you have another cable. You want this to be neat, right?
That doesn't work if you select audio from the rear, does it?
I think it does.
I think PTT might always trigger. I haven't tried it. Anyway, with the firmware for the G90, the 1.81 firmware, you do not really switch between front and back. You just say it's your normal SSB mode or it's digital mode. And when it's digital mode, then it automatically takes it from the back. So you don't have to switch the microphone and remember to switch it back, which is good because I would probably forget that, get out into the field and wonder why nobody answers my calls.
I've done that many times with the G90, so it's very easy to do.
You just shared something again. Should I put it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Marion. Marion in QSP.
I think we know her.
Hey!
Awesome.
Yeah, great. That's great indeed. Yeah.
That's a nice station.
That is, that's great. And your station looks so tidy, Marion.
Well,
No projects together with the radio.
Let's call it projects. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's my regular desk. That's my regular work desk. There's a separate desk that you can't see that's full of radio equipment and POTA stuff and all kinds of things. But that's one of the advantages of having that Flex Maestro. I can remote to the basement and keep all that stuff off of my desk. But that was neat. That was neat to see that, and I was really glad they gave the photo permission to Stan. So that's always cool to see both of us together.
Absolutely.
How about you, Morten?
Let's see. I got a couple of things. I can start with, that actually shows up. This is power SWR meter, 100% pure Chinesium, but it's supposed to work. But this week when I tried to do some troubleshooting, it just wouldn't start and it wouldn't charge. And then I remember that Jürgen had a meter that he had some issues with. So I opened it up. I had a spare battery in my drawer, so I swapped the battery on it. The only thing is that the battery I had didn't really fit. So my new battery is taped to the top of the case here on the inside. So hopefully gravity won't pull that down. Hopefully I got good enough double-sided tape for that battery to stay put. Let's see what else. I've been playing around with the G90, the G106 and the Micro PA50, and I got a bag for it. The bag that Sean talked about on the Christmas shopping show. Got that this week. Made a kit out of it. Planned to do a video on that yesterday, and a video on the Micro PA50. I prepared everything really well. I made sure that every battery was charged up as it should be. I even took the memory card out of the camera to format it on the computer to make sure that everything was good.
And then Murphy came along.
And then Murphy came along. Yeah, exactly. If you can see this picture, the memory card was left at the computer at home. That and the fact that my location A did not work out because there were people having a social event there. And location B, location B was nice until it started raining. So I kind of gave up on the video. So I rigged up in the car, used the G106 and the Micro PA50 and a J-pole for 10 meters. The thing is, though, I hadn't really checked the J-pole. So I had a loose screw, so I couldn't get the SWR to get properly down. So I had to add a tuner in the chain there. It's not the most convenient setup, let's put it that way. But it did work. You can see the rain here and my mast. And then I was going to do some Digimodes, and then Windows Update happened. So it was one of those days. But I managed to get 14 QSOs on 10 meters yesterday. It wasn't great. As you can see, a lot of Spain, then one Ukraine, one Greece, and one Italy. None of the stations were particularly strong. I can see that Vita heard me. I did not hear you, Vita, so I'm not sure what happened there. But 10 meters was okay-ish. I didn't really want to bother. After having all those faders first, I figured I'd do with what's somewhat working and not swap the antenna out.
Before you take that photo away, you said you had 14 QSOs on 10 meters?
Yep.
Because the title here says 14 QSOs in 30 meters.
30 minutes and 1 second. Yeah.
And I saw you spotted on Ham Alert, and I turned on the radio, but we are too close for 10 meters.
As you saw on that, it was kind of one skip conditions, and I kind of landed in Spain, Italy, and Greece. The J-pole, once I have that fixed, I didn't bring any tools yesterday. That'd be just stupid. If I'd brought some tools, I could actually have fixed that on site. But it worked relatively good. And then I tested something today. This is an adapter. This is 20 adapters. And I figured, I've always heard that it doesn't matter. There's not particularly much insertion loss in adapters. So I did a bit of a video, I released that earlier today, where I tested first 2 adapters in order to get SMA to SMA to feed that through the nano VNA. And practically no attenuation using that. But I figured, what happens if you do 20 adapters in a row? Not really that much more. Still perfectly usable with practically no loss up to about a little bit under 2 meters. A little bit of loss on 2 meters and about 1.8 dB of attenuation on 70 centimeters. But I can't really see the scenario where you're going to put 20 adapters in a row to get from SMA female to SMA female. And please do disregard all the SMA connectors in between here.
Next time, if you forgot the cable and you have enough adapters.
Yeah, you can use the stick for that. And using those 2 90-degree turns, that was only a trick in order to make it easier to measure on the bench and have both the connectors somewhat in the same place.
Won't that change the polarization?
Or the phase?
Since you're bending it. Yeah, face, yes. 20 degrees off.
I got a comment from Espen LA2 USA. He asked if which 90-degree connectors had the most amount of attenuation, left-handed or right-handed ones.
See, the thing here is you're doing first one 90-degree turn and then another to cancel the phase shift. So if you've done only one, that would be a problem probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to test if that radiated.
Well, Prep and Paul says it looks like a nice 70-centimeter J-pole. So I guess with a couple of other parts, I could probably make this into a J-pole. Let's see if I have anything in. I think I have, one of these T connectors in my drawer. Using that, I could probably make a J-pole out of it.
Oh, yeah.
But I was expecting more loss than this, actually. So perfectly happy with the result there. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Jeff says that the metric ones have more loss than the US standard. Okay, these ones are pure Chinesium, and I think they're metric ones. So
of course, then you're measuring loss per meter instead of loss per foot. So of course it's going to be more.
Yeah,
that's the reason.
Unless you measure loss per yard.
Still, it's going to be more with metric. Yeah,
it is. Yep. So on to the topic of today, our favorites this year. And I've left that kind of open just to see what we can come up to and see what happens. Kjetil, Charlotte, you kind of took the show away on the ham radio moment. So what's your ham radio favorites of this year?
Well,
Okay.
we have some photos, if it's okay. Or do you show the top on the
No,
board?
yeah, we pulled this together like.
I'm a bit scared now
Why would you
because
guys-
you turned off your mic and you started laughing when the intro played. And
Yes, and then
Not
we told
suitable
you
for
that we were
work.
busy
No,
trying to
who
find
knows?
pictures. Let's see, Windows and this one. So some of these are mine because Charlotte wasn't in the picture there yet or not. But like I've been to so many SOTAs and POTAs that there's not very much mentioning there. This is just a random one. But a big part of my year, at least, has been the antenna in there, JPC-12, which for me has been a very good antenna to use. It's not perfect in any way, but it has been with me on so many trips, over 100 this year, I think. And it's been a good companion, a good change of my antennas. It's not very durable when it comes to like a bit of wind and so on, but other than that, it's very good.
yeah, I love my JPC-12. It took a while for me to love that antenna, but at some point I went from hate to love with the JPC-12, and it certainly does what it's supposed to do.
It does. So let's see. Charlotte,
Hi.
hi, doing radio?
Yeah, I think that was on my first trip over, I think.
Yes.
And yeah, we went and played radio and did a POTA, and it was really fun. Obviously, I was trying to get my mouth around a different call signs what I'm used to using, but that was fine.
Of course, of course, operating under supervision with a club call sign in Norway.
Oh God, yeah. Before you guys get loads of email, yes, I really am studying for the full license. It's all fine. Operating under supervision, blah blah blah. All those caveats.
Yeah.
So hopefully soon I'll be operating as my own call sign, and then I will probably use the TEHRS certificate thing to apply for a Norwegian call.
Yep.
But yeah, so just don't write to them, okay?
Yeah.
It's not like it doesn't matter.
Send a complaint directly to Martin.
CQ at hamshow.eu, and Bob will be polite with the answers.
Yeah. So.
But actually, as a revision point for me, I'll reply with the relevant piece of the syllabus that says this is fine. Anyway, but yeah, it was really beautiful. It was a lovely trip. Obviously, it was the first time coming over and we played loads of radio. It's great that, when you're passing the mic back and forward, like we've had some really fun kind of moments with some of the POTA hunters who are out and about. I'm starting to learn their call signs, or you recognize their voices. And, sometimes they'll talk to him and be like, yeah, enough of you, pass the mic, and stuff like that, which is really funny.
Where's the wife? Which I can say sometime soon, at least. It's been fun.
It's been good. So I think it's been really nice being able to go and explore loads of
Absolutely.
bits in all.
Yep, more exploration in Norway. We went camping up these hills. On the right here is TEHRS. That's 1 kilometer up from the lake or from the fjord. It's very scenic. We went camping. No radio actually, but this is in a POTA.
Yeah, we didn't play radio.
No, we brought
yeah.
the radio, but we didn't bring it.
We hadn't
because-
got the hang of like champagne on the air yet at
Yeah.
that point.
So yeah, lots of building things. So making some coaxes and trying to do that. That was fun.
I think this year one thing that has been really cool is that certainly I've tried a load of new things. So there's been building antennas. So I've built a few now. A quarter wave ground plane antenna.
Yep.
And fed half wave, which went badly. One that went marginally better because you were there. And and a dipole, so link dipole as well. So it's been really cool to kind of try and do these things. There's been a few different things as well that I've tried.
Yep.
And I think for someone new to the hobby, it's been great to be able to sort of tinker with this stuff a little bit and think, oh, I can do this. I can make an antenna and it actually works. And when you start making QSOs with it, it's amazing.
Yep.
So,
it is cool.
so that was me trying not to mess up. Adding coax connectors to the Messier Poloni coax.
Of course you'll mess up. It's a Messier Poloni. It's in the name.
Oh my god.
We did practice on some cheaper coax first.
Yeah, that's out of shot. And all the ends that I messed up as well.
Yeah. Bornholm. Somebody else would probably mention that as well. Just a random photo. You may recognize one of them in here. That was.
I can recognize the guy in the blue shirt from the tummy there.
Yeah, and we had to set down. I had to set down my champagne glass to take the photo. That's not boards, but that was a very fun event. Lots of fun things happening. This is from the top of the tower on the summit where you were shot if you took a photo the other way or something. That was really nice place. This is from the MCOMS exercise. I've done a lot of things this year with the emergency communications people. That's been very nice. Bornholm again. This was on Polo as well for a long while.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite photo, probably, of all the different radio things that I've done through the year. I think this is my favorite. They look at that location.
Yeah.
Hanging out with friends as well. So obviously bored in the photo. And I don't know, I think Bornholm has to be a massive highlight. Certainly for me. I think that was a really big highlight. Just getting to hang out with a bunch of fellow radio nerds. Pretty much party in the night a little bit. But then go and do radio in the evening and activate a ton of parks. Oh, sorry, during the day and activate a ton of parks.
I mean, I had a guy coming to me on Bornholm at the 5 Papa 0 Tango Alpha expedition, and he said, "This crowd's so great. No one asks what you do for a living, how many kids you have, if you're married or not. We only talk ham radio."
Yeah,
It's actually true. Yeah,
that was a very nice trip and a great crowd of people. So let's see the next one. Yes, start of the year. First time I talked to you, actually, Charlotte.
Was it?
Yeah,
okay.
That was in Belgium because she was on the show in start of February, and that was when I flew down to Belgium for my 4-day SOTA expedition of Belgium and Luxembourg and so on, which was really nice. I got so many points. This is the highest point in Belgium. It's 696 meters, and these stairs bring it up to 700 blank. So it's a 10-pointer with the POTA, and you can drive there, of course, and there's a restaurant there as well. So
That sounds like a difficult hike then.
it was horrendous.
So you walk a few meters and then you're like, okay, I'm here now.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So so that was really fun. Lots of nice things. Belgium is a beautiful SOTA country. Not a place you go if you want to watch too many mountains per se, but there's very much beautiful nature there anyways. So absolutely highly recommended. And then Bornholm again. You wanted that added. So.
That was a nice picture.
Yep. So I think that was our year. We've done lots of things and lots of things to mention, but
we missed out like the whole RSGB convention.
Oh
thing.
yes,
There was stuff
RSGB
like speaking at stuff. There's been all sorts of things. I saw a guy actually the other day who dropped off a handy talkie that he was selling, and he was the first ham that I'd met in the hobby. And I remember meeting him in like a coffee shop in Edinburgh. We were talking about DMR because a load of people use DMR and stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I haven't spoken to you for a while, but I've seen the odd thing online. What have you been up to?" And I told him this list of things like, "Oh, I've been building antennas, and my partner lives in Norway, and went to Bornholm, and then, was at the RSGB convention talking about women in radio, and what else? Just all sorts of stuff like that." And listed up this whole bunch of stuff. Like I've been doing POTA for a while. oh yeah, we're the mapping representative for Scotland. And do actually answer people in email eventually. I'm sorry, my SLAs are terrible, but I do answer you in the end. But yeah, so much has happened in such a short space of time, and including studying for the license exam. So hopefully it will be like 1 year and 1 month-ish since I took foundation. I think I took it at the beginning of November last year, and then in that time I'll have studied like foundation, foundation before, but then foundation intermediate, and then full. So it's been quite a year.
It is. Yeah, good thing you mentioned RSGB. That was fun.
That was
big. So yeah, but I think we've eaten like half of the show so far.
We'll shut up now.
Yeah. So, but it's been a good year in radio, to say it that way.
Yeah,
but I mean, it doesn't really matter what we other guys say because you've had a much better year than we have.
Yeah, should we just say 7-3 and go offline? Maybe
open another wine bottle and enjoy.
Yeah. So Marion, what have been your highlights of ham radio and 2025?
Well, just listening to that, you think of so many things, and like Charlotte said, when you're new, field day is amazing. We did MCOMs for a marathon, and things like that are just amazing. But I'm going to pick two little categories to talk about. One, favorite QSOs, and I have this lovely card from Charlotte and Yetzel. It was an amazing QSO. And so, yeah, getting that, making the QSO, getting that in the mail was wonderful. And also in the mail, I got stickers. I'm officially in the club now that I have stickers. So for me, personally, I think the biggest highlights are when people somehow recognize W1GRL. A lot of people say "Go Girl," things like that. That's always fun. Charlotte was absolutely my top QSO. Getting QSOs with you guys are always, right there at the top. I got a QSO with Steve, Nova Scotia Steve, when he was doing his 2-week POTA run. And I finally caught him. I kept trying and trying and trying. And I just stopped telling him I was trying because I was just tired of saying, I can't do it. And 40 meters one morning, I thought, oh, this might work. This just might work. And so I got on there and he's calling. I could hear him. And I gave my call sign and he said, Whiskey 1 Golf Romeo Lima, Marion. And it was just great. Things like that. I got a tip that some Boy Scouts were going to get online. And so I called in and gave my call sign. And all of a sudden there was this little voice that said, I'm Henry. I'm 11 years old. Silence. It was okay, Henry, let's do things like that are real highlights for me. But the other thing I did was actually go look at some of the shows. And one of the things I love about this YouTube channel, this stream, is that you speak to people at different levels. And not always in one show, but I mean across the shows. Like the show last week with the Linux HT, that was fascinating, but it was a bit beyond me. It was clear those guys were brilliant, and it was clear they had done amazing things, but it was just kind of beyond me. So I was going back and I was looking at, what are my favorite shows? I liked the Ask Us Anything show. I liked the show with George with the controller. That was one of those. It was like, okay, I can get this. I'm understanding this. I want to give a shout out to Andre who did the ham clock. Because that was another one that I was like, wow, I think I want that now. And, I can really understand that. So thanks to Andre for that. But I think my favorite guest on the show, and there's so many, that's not to disrespect anybody else, but is Sebastian. I just think the world of you guys. I think the world of Sebastian. You're welcome, Andre. It was a great presentation. Sebastian, KI2D. Not only was he a great guest on the show, he also asked for volunteers to help with polo. And so I said, well, I don't know anything about coding or anything, but I'll volunteer if I can. And he found some things, typing in counties and their abbreviations that I could do without knowing how to do coding. I messed up at first and he was very patient. And so I just think the world of Sebastian. I just think he's a great guy. So he would probably be among the top of my guests. But it's just been an amazing year. I keep saying ham radio is my lifestyle, and I keep I don't tell W1BOY that. I keep saying ham radio is my lifestyle, and the ham radio community is the best community. So I have some other favorites, but I'm going to pass it on for now. But it's been an amazing year, and I couldn't be happier, and looking forward to 2026. So is that passing it to Jürgen?
That is great. Jürgen?
Yeah, I had a lot of great moments this year, and most of them has to do with traveling. Let me show you some pictures. Let me share my screen. Let's share. No, this one. Here we go. The first great moment in February.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know those people.
Yeah, feel guilty because during your show in December, I guess, I booked the flight to Oslo, and it was just fantastic. And I guess I will come again next year. And of course, Hamvention. I met so many nice people, so many great people. That was fantastic. And maybe not next year, but maybe in 27 I will come back again. Hamvention was fantastic.
Before you go back.
Yep.
Is that a Norwegian flag?
That is a Norwegian flag.
And a
There's a Norwegian
Scottish.
flag back there. This is Hamvention?
This is Hamvention, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
This is the how do they call it? The main plaza? Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And this is my buddy Wolfgang, Oscar Echo 3 Golf X-Ray Whiskey. I traveled with him, and we spent also some days in Washington, as you can see. And I have taken just some pictures. This is David, Kilo 4 Oscar Mike Juliet, and this is the POTA booth, the POTA tent in the background, and it was fantastic. And I ran in just by accident. I ran in so many people. Sebastian, for example, in one of the halls, I turned around and Sebastian was behind me. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was amazing. So, I think I cannot top Hamvention. Of course, I can top it with Oslo. Oslo was also great. It's on the same level. No,
I got to tell Thomas, who's I think Thomas is in charge this year.
Yeah.
I got to tell him that he compared his meetup to Hamvention.
I enjoyed the evening with you folks at the dinner. Or the evening in the bar. That was fantastic. just great.
And I'm going to that hotel on Thursday for the grand opening of the giant conference hall is now twice as giant.
Yeah,
so
you mentioned
the grand
that.
opening there, and then I'll be back probably the next time at that hotel in February at the meetup.
Does that mean the junk sale there is going to be twice as big?
They have. I think the size of the area they have is still the same though.
All right.
But it's
unless Bob comes with all his equipment, then we need the whole hall.
I'm not selling, but my accountant will be very relieved. It's not doubling its size. So.
Then maybe I have to come with a private jet.
But that's
Bob, how about you? Sorry.
Yeah, thank you for passing it on. That was what I was going to do. So excellent job there, again.
Yeah, I haven't really planned much, but I was thinking about it earlier today, and I think I have two things. Let's start with the technical one first. I went up and fetched this. Let's see if we can. This is a highlight of my year. I think, yeah, that's for me, that's in reverse, but probably not for you. But yeah, this is the FTX FTX1.
Yeah, the FT819, isn't it?
No. No, it's not. And yeah, I was waiting for that for the longest time. I think I paid for that almost a year before I got it from Mike Lynch or Martin Lynch or whatever, the Lynch guy in the UK, hamradio.co.uk. And very, very cool radio. So technically, of innovations coming out this year that I've got to put my hands on, this is my favorite. Yeah, it's the Optima. So I can use it both as a 705 replacement and as a 991 replacement. So yeah, very, very cool piece of kit. I think if there was one thing I should mention that would maybe top this, that might be the Aurora. Is that what it's called? The new Flex? Is that the right?
Yeah.
I'd love to get my hands on that, but if I actually manage to get a good remote site, then I'll get that thing for sure. But putting it in my shack with all the noise here, it's just a waste, and it's not really a mobile radio. So, but that's another very cool thing that happened in ham radio technology this year.
Yeah, I can tell you that I've used the Flex for field day. It is not the rig you drag around and set up. Once you've set it up, it's supposed to stay there.
Yeah, I could bolt it to my car, but no, I think that's for that. If I do manage to get a good remote site, then I'll consider getting an Aurora. But yeah, other than that, sadly, I wouldn't have any proper use for it. And it's a fairly expensive radio as well, so I don't want to just get that to shove it on a shelf. But my absolute favorite moment this year happened rather early. That was when I passed the 1,000 summits on the air points and got my summit mountain goat. That was in I can't remember. It's February or March. I can't remember exactly when that was, but that was pretty cool. Been working towards that for 3 years. Normally with my I'm not really good at planning long activities and sticking to them. So normally I'm pretty much done with things in 5 minutes. So sticking with something for 3 years, that's sort of a record for me. Not the Motorola.
He typed Motorola, but I think it's supposed to be the Motorola.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make the list. And that was a huge thing. I will continue to do mountains, but I will now do the nice mountains with a nice view, and not necessarily easy, but there are some mountains that you just hate having to walk up and down, and I'm not going to do them anymore just for the points. So, and coming down from that, yes, Kjetil.
Well, you had some good selections of steep mountains around. So, but I think that's so amazing to get this mountain goat in 3 years. That is a big achievement. So that's you're well worth you're well off to being proud of that.
Yeah, to be honest, I got more than half my points going abroad to easier summits. I have a friend from the club. He did it in 3 years as well, but only 5 points from outside of Norway. So that's an achievement. That's a real achievement. That's a Lima Alpha 7 Mike Hotel Alpha, I think. Yeah, Todd. So that's a proper achievement in the summits on the air. But yeah, I'm happy with this. Coming down off that mountain, actually, I don't know if you know this, but if you've been working towards something for a very, very long time, and you all of a sudden you get it, then there's this sort of a void. What the hell am I going to do now? So walking down off that mountains, I just sort of decided that, yeah, I need to do something else. Let's do YouTube. So I put some more effort into doing YouTube videos. And I don't think I told anyone this, but it was my intention then to reach 10,000 subscribers within 3 years. I'm on my way to do that. I think I got some 1,500 subscribers since then. So we'll see if I can actually manage to reach that goal. But that
is an ambitious goal on YouTube.
Yeah, but
ham radio.
Non-ambitious goals are really just boring, and I would lose interest too soon. So yeah, I'd like to keep it ambitious. 3 years for a mountain goat is also quite ambitious. So yeah. we'll see. That's with the tangents and all. That's my year in summary. Tobias.
Yeah, this will be a complete different summary because you all get out and about, and I'm the one stuck in the lab. So let me switch, and I just picked a few photos out of my mobile phone, and yeah, one of the highlights at the beginning of the year was getting the TEHRS working again. So that was complete recapping of 2 handsets. And why did I get 2? Because I could not get the display to work on the left one. And so basically in the end I had 2, and I could make a original one out of 2 half broken ones. But then of course I realized that the second one, apart from the display, everything else is okay with it. So I found that one guy on YouTube who managed to basically program a replacement display, and I think he used a CNC mill to do his own PCB, and he was using a different microcontroller. So I went for a smaller microcontroller than he used, and I got it to the prototyping phase. And this is unfortunately how it's still on my desk, so I probably need to get a can of compressed air to blow off the dust when I pick that up. So it's on a state where everything works, but not in a state where the replacement display is mounted in the TH79E. So let's see when I have time to pick that up. The main task would be to design a tiny PCB that basically sits behind the LCD and has this microcontroller and a few other SMD components around it to make it work. Then, yeah, well, I think that was maybe not the biggest thing I did, but this is the Hard Rock 50 build that I did. And
it is a pretty big amplifier, though. So I'm going to say it's bigger than the Kenwood.
Yes, it's 50 watts, and I think the new Hard Rock 50 plus or so can do 100 watts, but I was not comfortable with powering it with 48 volt because none of my power and batteries and so on are for that voltage. Yeah, so you need step up converters, or you need to pair up 2 or 3 batteries, and I didn't think it was worth the hassle. It's much more convenient to just connect everything to your usual battery supply. Okay, so now I have to switch over because I realized that OBS Studio image slideshow can only do 13 images or 14. So let me figure out.
Let's see if I can switch back
how
then.
to. Yeah, I think. Yes, here we are. I can continue now with more pictures. Yeah, then we had the SSB upgrade this year for the QMX, and this was the build for the external microphone that I did. And I think that was a really also not only a big and happy moment for me, but also for every QMX owner, and a big achievement for Hans in getting SSB out to the world. The only catch is that, as you can see, it's a bit of a rat's nest of cables. Yeah, I have the amplifier, audio amplifier here. I have the battery pack, and everything is all the cables are hanging around. So I don't know. I was thinking of getting a second case. You can get from Hans a case in exactly the same size of the QMX, and basically double it up and put the batteries into the second case, and maybe also somehow shoehorn the audio amplifier for the little speaker in, because all these cables, it's not, room for improvement. Okay, then that was the TS50, where I finally managed to put the power pole connector in. So that might be one of the few Kenwood TS50s with a power pole connector. Then we had, I think we had, I had a giveaway, or we had a giveaway for our, what was it? our anniversary show. Does anybody remember 100 episodes or something? Maybe.
I think that was the 100 episode show.
Exactly, where I gave away these 3, and they found their owners.
What was me?
The NFET half-wave transformers. I hope it works for everybody, and you had a chance to make contacts with this.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we we start in the middle of the year, and then my YouTube activity and ham radio activity sort of dropped off a cliff because I completely underestimated the mess that putting in-wall heating in your house means to you. So as you can see, the green color is the very, very first color that house or that room got in the year 1975. Yeah, and the brown stuff is probably leftover wallpaper, and over that you have several layers of paint. And yeah, I completely underestimated the mess, and it more or less consumed all my time, and still does consume all my time up to now. Lovely problems with the electrical wiring as well, because now we have water and electrical wiring crisscrossing over each other. Lovely. But one of the highlights, sorry Jürgen for that picture. I know it's not your favorite one, but it's the only one that I took. That was our trip to the ham radio fair. I'll quickly skip over it. Yes, you had your eyes closed, but you. Hey, you had a lot of.
Who's driving? Who's driving in this picture?
Yeah, of course.
With eyes closed, he's driving.
Car.
Tobias is looking, and Jürgen is driving. I think that's where that's supposed to be, Bob.
Exactly, and that was really a nice trip. And unfortunately, I still owe the people to edit the videos of the Sunday. Because I went for the whole 3 days ham radio fair, and actually I enjoyed Sunday the most, and also the video content for Sunday is the best, but I did not find time to edit it yet. It was Sunday is very relaxed. It already ends early, the show, but it's also a kind of a different vibe, because everything is just more relaxed, and everybody has done their talks, and you can just walk up to people and talk to them, and they are no longer stressed out or in the middle of a big rush. So what else? Okay. Then the next catastrophe hit me. My plumbing in the house was completely clogged up, so I had a emergency pipe replacement, which was also unscheduled. Then we played a bit with these comparator ICs, where we wanted or thought about making a kit build, but it has not happened yet. So maybe, I don't know, maybe over the Christmas days we can design some PCBs for this. This is the under voltage, over voltage detection circuit that we have been playing with. And then I stubbornly hacked the firmware of my old 3D printer. The hack was successful, but the problem is when you go from the original firmware, which is closed source, to open source firmware, you have to dial in all your profiles. And I'm terribly bad at doing that. So it's hardware is working, software is not so great. But then all the guys here went on and bought new 3D printers. And I took an eternity to decide which 3D printer is the successor of this Sortrex machine. And in the end, I went for the maybe stupid decision and got a Prusa Core 1 Plus. I mean, it's on order. It should arrive before Christmas. And the main reason was because they showed on the Form Next exhibition, they showed that system where they swap the nozzles, this index Bondtech index system, and I thought that's really neat, and I like that much better than what the Bambu Lab H2C does, because the H2C just switches the nozzle, and the filament is still coming through the same extruder, while the solution that the the Prusa guys showed is you have your filament already fed to the nozzle, and that's the bit that is switched. Yeah, so you don't have to cut and retract and purge and flush all the filament when you change from one color to the other. You basically, you park your nozzle plus filament at the front and grab another nozzle plus filament already loaded. Yeah, so I thought that sounded like the neater system, but of course it's a risk because I don't know when it will be available. Will it be available January, February, and it probably will cost another 600, 700, 800 euros on top of the already pretty hefty price of the Prusa Core 1. So let's see if if that works out or not. And then next highlight was 2 weeks ago. I got my new windows, and that was a day when it has minus 10 degrees outside. So that was also to sum it up, I chewed a bit more renovations that I was really willing to do. You can make me smaller again, Morten. So yeah, I miscalculated with the heating installation and with the window installation, and it basically consumed all my second half of the year, which seriously impacted my ham radio activity. So this weekend was painting the base coat on top of the plaster. And next weekend will be maybe finally painting. And then there's an end in sight and I can go back to ham radio. So yeah, a bit of a mixed year. The first half of the year was pretty good, did a lot of things. And the second half of the year was not so good, but the stuff needed to get done. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, Morten, now you're already 7 minutes past the hour, and you can tell us how your
we are well within my calculations, because when Kjetil and Charlotte was done, I figured we'd go with a 90-minute show today. So
okay.
we're ahead of time by about 10 minutes.
Okay.
As with the rest of you guys, I didn't prepare too well. I had some ideas, and the show panned out a bit different than it was supposed to in my head. And I don't have a ham radio scrapbook. I don't have a photo album. I don't have blogs that I look at after I blog people. So, but I do have a YouTube channel, though. So while you guys were talking, I had a look at my YouTube channel, and I think the common denominator of my top moments this year are people. It started back in January when I went to Scotland, and I sent in an email to Colin MM0OPX. Also you, Charlotte, but you had a sick kid, so you can meet up. And I've been a fan of Colin ever since I started watching ham radio YouTube. So it was kind of a starstrucky moment. I've talked to Colin on stream several times. He's a really nice guy. And we went out and did the first POTA activation of Edinburgh Old and New Town up on Calton Hill. And it ended up with him giving me one of his adjust-to-wave antennas, which was a total surprise and a lot of fun. Then we went to February, where I got the chance to pick you up at the airport here again, at the Norwegian Ham meeting. Met a lot of people there. I had a good time. It was great meeting you. Great meeting other people in the TEHRS community and people that became parts of the community after meeting people there. And then I didn't meet so many people until, well, somewhere between July and August, I think, at the 5 Papa 0 Tango Alpha expedition. 21 people, all parts of the fantastic TEHRS community, went to Bornholm, activated a whole bunch of parks, had good food, good drinks, and met so many people that we've only talked about in Discord. And that was fantastic. So I'm gonna say people is probably the highlight of this year, and reaching 5,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. You talked about 10,000 in 3 years, Bob. I got 5,000 in 3 years, so I'm happy with that. Still growing. People are still watching my content to varying degrees. Not everything I do is golden, apparently. When I look at my YouTube channel here, I can see that liquid electrical tape is not a particular YouTube hit. Neither is a propane-powered French press coffee pot. But besides that, and SSTV over PMR 446 is also something that people didn't enjoy. But it's my way of sharing my experiences, though. And yeah, my next goal is 10,000, but I don't have a set time limit. So I guess that's my highlights of this year. That and measuring, of course, 20 adapters in a row.
That is cool.
Love it.
With practically no insertion loss.
Yeah. I think it's good that you say the community, that there are so many nice people around here on Discord, or people that you meet on the ham meeting that are watching the streams or listening to podcasts, joining up, or you just meet randomly. And it is such a nice group of people. So I would say thank you to everybody who's been watching us throughout the year.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things you, me, and Jürgen did at the Norwegian ham meeting. We talked about how to build a ham radio community and how not to be that guy. And I've since held that talk another time, and I'm going to hold it in January as well. And hopefully we'll have a better community and a little bit less of those guys out there.
Yeah.
Thanks to the entire TEHRS community. You guys are great. You actually make ham radio internet, or it's a nice corner of ham radio internet. It's not QRZ, it's not Reddit. It's just safe, it's nice, and it's friendly.
Yeah, it is also
Hi,
for
Stan.
the hobby as a whole.
Hi,
Hi, Stan.
Stan. So I guess that's my. I'm going to say TEHRS as my highlight of this year.
Well, I have to say that the Discord too is just amazing, and being in the chat. I really enjoy being on the show, but I also really enjoy being in the chat, which kind of takes on a life of its own sometimes. And just like I was saying, that the shows vary in terms of technical interest and more general interest. The Discord is that way too. And the different channels, and you can sort of find what works for you. And as your interests change, you start noticing different channels. But yeah, I mean, I check that Discord, several times a day. It's just a part of my life. I would miss it if it ever went away.
Exactly. I wouldn't miss Facebook, but I'd certainly miss that Discord. And you said about the variation. I'm just going to put the YouTube channel up here, and let's see here, because there is a lot of variation on what we do here.
Yep.
And not everything is an instant hit here either. Some things is an acquired taste. But the Lin HT project is probably our best performing video of all time. And as I can see from the statistics today, this is also going to be one of those. So something's happening to the European Ham Radio Show. And I guess, I guess we're at the end of the show now.
Only 14
So
minutes.
who has already ordered that handset for the Lin HT? Bob?
No, I was told to wait.
Yeah, you kind of ice us down a little bit, Tobias.
I
You
think
still
I have
need
to-
you still need the handset, the donor handset. Yeah, you can order that right now and have it ready when the PCB is finished.
Yeah, but
Alright.
you said that it was a tricky build, and that kind of scared me away a little bit. I mean,
it's my fault now. Okay, so
I
maybe
couldn't get-
I should do it and then report back how difficult it is, right?
Well,
I think I have
that
to.
take
I have
as
to
long as-
contact
as
on. Yeah, go on.
would that take as long as figuring out what 3D printer you're going to get, Tobias? Because in that case,
It's probably faster than that, yeah.
I think I have to meet Andreas and see this thing in action, make a QSO with it, and make a video about it.
It is
Yeah,
certainly.
and tell
a
us
thing-
how M17 sounds compared to the DMR sound.
I have no idea.
I have not an idea, but I have
Never tried it before.
I have
Bob
this thing.
has something relevant.
This is supposed to do M17.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
And
it's-
then it's cross moding to either DMR or
Is it-
something.
Is it
Probably,
transcoding? No.
I haven't been able to figure it out. It's I start the interface and I just get annoyed and I disconnect it and say some choice words. But yeah, it's supposed to have M17 in it. So if anyone else has some M17 stuff, we can.
I
you have
have
it.
some.
Excellent,
I have
Jürgen.
Yeah, my hotspot can also do M17. So I just
Okay.
I need a radio that can do M17.
No. We just need our hotspots within vicinity of each other.
Okay.
They can speak M17 between them.
The hotspots, yeah.
Should work.
But not now because the battery is dead. I have to charge it.
I am thinking this is like the YouTube video where two AI agents talk to each other.
Okay.
This sounds like a something that's a suitable topic for a full show again. Like whenever, at least, especially when they get with that revision that they said was usable for people to build. I think we should invite them back on because it was really interesting.
It was.
Like show-wise, that's one of my highlights of the year. That stream.
Yep. It was great. We'll be back next week though with our ham radio goals for 2026. I know Chetan and Charlotte, your goal is probably getting married now. Congratulations again.
Yes, congratulations.
27?
Probably 2077, I think.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
maybe learn Morse code again.
Oh yeah. So.
Yep.
Oh no, I have a conflict now that I'm meant to be starting CW Ops in January to finally learn Morse code, which is one of my goals with getting my life radio.
Perhaps we should talk
Chetan.
about our goals next week instead, so we don't use up the
Okay, yes.
topic.
Kjetil, you have to. And Kjetil, you have to do the proposal again in Morse code.
Yeah. And
Yes.
as a proper YouTuber, I hope you filmed it.
Yeah.
No, wait, I even forgot to take a picture.
I was like, we should take a picture of this. He was like, oh yeah, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I expect a full reenactment on your YouTube channel, Chetan, with radios in the background and everything.
I think she would have been very suspicious if I set up a drone and so on to just follow along.
I think I would have wondered what you were up to.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be a surprise. Yes.
And Steve, that was the wrong. Let's see if I can get the right one up here. Steve, this is why you're on time for the European Ham Radio Show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Steve.
Oh, and Radio Gaga for the wedding dance.
No.
Oh my god.
No, I
But
don't think so.
I just got to say that Queen is the most overrated band ever. And on that note, we'll just say 7-3.
7-3.
7-3. Bye, folks.
Charlotte, good luck
Bye-bye.
on